Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You know I love you, right? Of course I do, because I'm about to get you from level 1 to 50 in absolutely no time so you can spend more time with your girlfriend, more time outside touching grass, more time taking care of your kids. I mean, the list goes on and on. Maybe you want to spend time with your parents. Maybe you want to go out of the state, the country, something like that. Well, hey, here's the guide for you to give you just that much more time back in your day. Maybe you can go do some other activities, right? I'm here to help you guys out, all right? And I know there's people out there that won't like this, and I'm sorry, guys. Maybe it's not for you, but I'm here to save some people some time. So call me Mr. Lifesaver, call me Mr. Time Saver, whatever you want to call me, but I'm doing this for you guys, all right? Because I love you so damn much. All right, with that being said, guys, I got a full guide from you from start to finish. So if that sounds good, make sure you watch the video all the way through, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this content. And guys, this is a little disclaimer. Keep this in mind that this will only work on personal servers, not community servers, and it will only work for the host. With that being said, guys, just so you know that information, let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's kick things off with the prep work. So right now we're going to start in our world settings. We're going to go to custom settings. And these are the settings you're going to want to have right here. So to start things off, you're going to want to have daytime speed set to 0.1. You're then going to want to have nighttime speed set to 5. You're going to want to have EXP rate set to 20. You're going to want to have PAL capture rate set to 2. Damage from PAL's multiplier set to 0.1. Damage to PAL's multiplier set to 5. PAL hunger depletion rate set to 0.1. PAL stamina reduction rate set to 0.1. PAL auto health regeneration rate set to 5. Player hunger depletion rate set to 0.1. Player stamina reduction rate set to 0.1. Player auto health regeneration rate set to 5. Player sleep health regeneration rate set to 5. Gatherable item multiplier set to 3. Gatherable object health multiplier set to 3. Gatherable object respawn interval set to 3. Dropped items multiplier set to 3. Enable raid events set to off. And finally, you're going to want to have death penalty set to no drops. And guys, to keep things brief, the reason why we set up our world settings this way is to help increase XP gain, help player and PAL survivability, and also maintaining that stamina as we're moving along throughout the world. Finally, not to mention, it also increases the rate in which we gather materials, so that will help speed up the process for crafting different items that we're going to need, structures that we're going to need, etc. With that being said, let's move over to technologies. All right, and as for the technologies we're going to need to get to the end goal with the exploit, so we can get to level 50, we're going to want to have a primitive workbench, stone axe, stone pickaxe, a handheld torch, a PAL box, a PAL sphere, a repair bench, an old bow, arrows, cloth outfit, PAL gear workbench, a primitive furnace, and finally a Nightwing saddle. Now guys, please keep in mind, I know there was a few unlocks in that tree. The ones that I said are the ones you're 100% going to need. It makes things a lot easier, and you know, that's what we're going to be working towards in the beginning for the prep work, going from 1 to 15, and that's what you're going to need in the technology tree. But I'll go into more of that as we go along. And two very important pals that we're definitely going to want to have and capture in the beginning area when we're doing our prep work is Fox Parks, which he helps with kindling, so we'll need that for ingots. And we're also going to need a Nightwing, of course, because that's what we're kind of working towards when we get to 15 to get the saddle, so we can fly to the location that we need to be at to do the exploit and get to 50. All right, guys, now that we went over the different technologies and the pals that you're definitely going to want to capture for yourself moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and provide a shopping list of things that you're going to want to get along the way as you're leveling up to 15. That's going to basically make your life so much easier when it comes to crafting these different technologies. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to show those on screen in a moment here. All right, guys, here's the official shopping list of materials you're going to need to craft the different technologies, and they are in no particular order. So it's wood, fiber, stone, ore, palladium fragment, leather, flame organ, wool, and I also went ahead and added ingot on this list, even though you don't particularly find this like every other material you're seeing on screen, but you do get this when you take ore and put it in the furnace, and that's how you get that material. So that's just for awareness for you guys. Now, I know I gave you the shopping list, but you're probably asking yourself, where can I find these materials? Don't worry, I got you covered. Now let's start things off with wool. So you can get those from Lamball, Cremus, and Malpaca. And let's not forget, Malpaca also has leather as well. Fox Parks has leather and flame organs. Nightwing has leather, and I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce his name right, but Eikthadir has leather as well. You can also get stone and ore from these rock formations. You can also get stone and palladium fragments from these rock formations. You can get palladium fragments from these rock formations with a little bit of blue, and you can get ore guaranteed from the rock formations with a little bit of red in it. Finally, you get wood and fiber from trees. And I know some of you might be wondering, where is the ingots at? Again, guys, that comes from adding ore to the furnace. And guys, I will be speeding up parts of the video so you guys don't have to sit through every little thing I've done in the video. And trust me when I say this, it does not take long to do anything in this video. It's just I was putting a lot of things together when I was making it, so I don't want you guys to sit through all of the extra stuff that I did. So you will see everything, don't worry. Once you gather 2 wood at least, you can go ahead and craft your first structure, which is the primitive workbench, which is going to be basically where we're going to craft a lot of our items moving forward. And in a second here, you're going to see me craft a handheld torch for 2 wood and 2 stone, which is going to be paired up with our cloth outfit later on to keep us warm on our journey. Now that we have our handheld torch made, we're going to go ahead and gather more stone and more wood to make our stone axe and stone pickaxe, which is 5 stone and 5 wood apiece. These 2 items are absolutely crucial for helping us gather materials a lot quicker as we go along. And guys, just a reminder, as you're going around gathering materials and crafting different things, don't forget to use your technology points that you're getting from leveling up so you can get the rest of the structures and items that you're going to need moving forward to kind of get us to that end goal that we're trying to strive for right now. All right, guys, and coming up soon, you're going to see me go ahead and craft 2 cloth, which requires 2 wool. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the 2 cloth to craft the cloth outfit, which we're going to need later with the torch so we can get to our destination without freezing to death. Coming up, we're definitely not going to want to forget about our old bow, which requires 30 wood, 5 stone, and 15 fiber. And we're also going to want to head and make some arrows, which is 1 wood and 1 stone. We will be needing the old bow and arrows, of course, to help us fight against different pals, and especially when we go to fight the Nightwing, because it's flying around, it makes things difficult. So it's easier to have something that could hit things in the air. Guys, we cannot forget about the pal spheres, which is going to be a very crucial item later on when we actually get done with all the prep work, because we're going to need these not only to capture the pals that we're going to need in the beginning here for the prep work, we're also going to need the pal spheres later on to do the exploit and glitch. That is going to help us get to 50 really quick. All right, guys, with the pal spheres in hand, let's go ahead and use our old bow that we crafted earlier to lower the health of the Nightwing so we have a better chance of capturing him, which we do right here. Boom, we got the Nightwing, and now we have a big and crucial part in our prep work to get to the destination that we're going to want to get to. Now I'm going to go ahead and craft the Pal Gear workbench, which requires 10 palladium fragments, 30 wood, and 2 cloth. We will need this bench specifically for creating the Nightwing saddle at level 15. All right, with the Pal Gear workbench complete, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the primitive furnace, which requires 20 wood, 50 stone, and 3 flame organs. The flame organs, as I mentioned before, comes from defeating Fox Parks. And guys, the point of this primitive furnace is that we're going to take it and use it to craft ingots for our material that we're going to use to make our Nightwing saddle later on. All right, with the primitive workbench complete, we're going to head over to these reddish looking rocks and gather some additional ore. One of the biggest ingredients to make the Nightwing saddle is ingots, which requires 30 ore to make 15 ingots. So keep that in mind. Guys, in a moment, you'll see that I'm like 16 ore short. So I only got 7 at the moment. At some point, I'm going to go ahead and gather some more. But of course, guys, like I mentioned before, you're definitely going to want to have a repair bench, because as you're gathering all this material, you'll definitely break a lot of your weapons and items and stuff along the way. So definitely go ahead and get yourself a repair bench created like I did just now. Now with our pickaxe restored and repaired, we're going to go ahead and gather the rest of our ore, which by the time we're done collecting it all, we should have about like 40 ore, which gives us around 20 ingots. And that is 5 more ingots than we actually need to create the Nightwing saddle, which puts us in good shape. And all we have left to get is the 20 leather, 10 cloth, 20 fiber, and 20 palladium fragments. And guys, if you made it this far in the video, I just wanted to say I absolutely appreciate it. I know the prep work seems a little tedious at first, but guys, I mean, with this kind of guide in mind, you guys can, you know, plan it all out the way you want to, and you don't have to build anything or gather anything in any particular order that I did in the video. It's just kind of like, if you want to, you can, and everything's kind of laid out for you in a sense to get you ready in the beginning to get where we're trying to go for the exploit to get to 50. And one additional thing I wanted to go ahead and address is I know that right now I'm level 11, and I probably could be a lot higher level right now to get the saddle unlocked at level 15, but realistically, if you do the prep work, and as you see throughout the rest of the video, I end up getting the 15 anyway by the time I get done collecting pretty much everything I need. And I mean, if anything, I feel like that's a more effective way of going about it. Now with that addressed, I'm going to go ahead and start working on capturing my first fox parks, which I'm going to use for kindling the furnace, so we can take that ore that we deposited in there and turn it into ingots to use later on to create the saddle for the Nightwing. Now with fox parks captured, we can go ahead and head back to the base and assign him to the furnace, where he'll take the ore that we deposited earlier and turn it into the ingots that we're going to need later on. So guys, if you notice at this part, I assigned fox parks to the furnace, but when I walked away, he ran along with me, and we don't want that to happen because we want him to stay here and create the ingots. So right now you'll see I'm just kind of standing here, and this is really not an effective way. That's why you want to go ahead and create your PAL box like I am right now. And once you do, you can go ahead and assign him to the base, and once you do that, he'll know exactly where to go. He'll go to the furnace because that's where he needs to be to go ahead and create the ingots. So please create a PAL box that you can go around and do the rest of the stuff you need to do and take care of what you need to take care of while he's going ahead and creating the ingots for you. And with that, that is exactly what I'm going to go ahead and go do. I'm just going to run around and just continue to get my last couple levels. I'm already level 13, so I'm just going to keep on feeding different pals, gathering materials, capturing pals as I'm kind of running along. I'm just doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that as I'm just kind of running around, getting those additional levels and stuff like that. So, you know, if you guys are to the point where you're pretty much done and all you got to do is create the saddle like I am right here, then just go ahead and get the rest of your materials, get a couple of your levels. And because we have that 20 XP going, we're getting a lot of XP as we're just doing normal things around the area, which is why I said before, it's just best to kind of run around and just gather the materials, you know, defeat the different pals, capture the pals you need, do the prep work, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you'll be 15. Now that we are finally level 15, we can go back to the base where we're going to open up our technologies and finally unlock the option to craft the Nightwing saddle. And now we're going to take a look and make sure we have everything we need to make the saddle, but it looks like we are short 10 cloth, 4 fiber, and 1 palladium fragment. So I'm going to go ahead and create those 10 cloth right now. Then afterwards, I'm going to go ahead and go get the remaining fiber and palladium fragments so we can go ahead and create that Nightwing saddle. All right, now that we gathered all of our material, we can go ahead and create the Nightwing saddle, which is one of the items that we've been working really hard in our prep work to get towards. This is definitely a big piece of getting to that place where we want to be at to do the exploit to get to 50. So before we go, we're going to want to make sure that we go ahead, create a couple more PAL spheres, because we're going to need this also when we get to our destination. So go ahead and make a couple. Maybe you might have to go back and get some more later, but not a big deal. You can always go back, gather some materials and whatnot, and just do that later. And with the prep work done, you can see right now I'm looking at the map because I'm going to set a custom marker for the location, the PAL Genetic Research Unit Tower entrance at -139, 466. And guys, if you have a hard time marking it on the map like I did, because I put mine to -138, 466, just feel free to keep watching. I mean, I would hope you would do that, guys, anyway, because like I said, it's a full guide. If you watch from start to finish, you're going to get the most out of it. So yeah, definitely go ahead and just keep watching the video and follow along with me if you're at this point, and I will show you exactly how to get there. So as we're flying along here, you'll see this really tall ice mountain in the distance with a tower on top, and you can literally just fly straight towards that the entire time like I did. And you'll see that right now. I speed up the video and you just see me keep flying in that direction. Guys, it does take a very long time to fly all the way across the map. If anybody else has figured out a way to go from the beginning here all the way over there somehow by some zip method across the map, please let me know in the comments section. I would would love to know. With that being said, guys, the reason why we're going over to this specific point of interest is because it is at the final boss location of Victor and Shadowbeak. And this is where we will optimize our XP gains substantially using the exploit that I will be showing you later on in this video. Of course, right now you have to watch me go from all the way in the beginning of the map all the way to the location. So once we get to that point and we get to the checkpoint, I will explain that further. And guys, since we have a little bit of extra time here, I wanted to go ahead and explain and kind of reiterate again, since I said it in the beginning. You guys will want to be in your own personal server, and the host will be the only one that's going to benefit from the XP gain, the substantial XP gain in this exploit. Okay, anybody can do the exploit that's in your lobby, anybody that's in your personal world, but they're not going to get the same amount of XP as you, the host, if that all makes sense. So keep that in mind. All right, guys, now that we arrived at our location, we are now finally at the checkpoint Pal Genetic Research Unit Tower entrance, as you see right here. And I'm going to go ahead and slow it down so you guys can see the giant straight line that I ran in, basically from start to finish from here. Just giving you guys another really good visual on kind of the direction you would need to go. And now that we made it to our waypoint, we can now fast travel back to the waypoint Plateau of Beginnings, where we can start the exploit. Once you get back to the Plateau of Beginnings, you're going to want to attack the expedition survivor, and once you do that, the PIDF guards will be after you for an assault charge, and you're going to want to fast travel back to the Pal Genetic Research Unit Tower waypoint that we just got not long ago. Once you get back to the Pal Genetic Research Unit Tower entrance waypoint, you're going to want to go ahead and slide down the hill, and the PIDF guards will not be far behind you. So just keep on going down till you get to the Pal Genetic Research Unit Tower, and once you go into the boss room, they will follow behind you. Now, at this part of the video, I'm going to actually slow it down so I can kind of explain some things as we go along. So once you're in the boss room of Victor and Shadowbeak, the goal is very simple. You want to bug him out so you can capture him, which is not something you can do normally. So in order to get this done and to have this happen, you want to use the PIDF guards to shoot Victor and Shadowbeak. You do not want to do damage first because it will mess up the glitch. So go ahead and run off to the left like I did, as you see on screen now, or anywhere else you want to go. And what you're going to want to do is just bait their bullets to the point where it actually hits Victor and Shadowbeak. As you see here, he'll glitch out as you see right now. He just runs off, runs into the wall, runs into the corner, whatever, and you throw the PAL ball at his back. Now do not throw it at the front of him because it will mess up the glitch and you'll have to start over again as well. And you see you get to 2 million XP and you go from level 15 to 41. Now guys, once you're done, you're just basically going to want to either let the PIDF guards kill you or respawn back at the Plateau of Beginnings and just rinse and repeat what we just did. And guys, it should only take about around 5 or so tries to get to max level, which is 50. So just kind of keep that in mind moving forward. It won't take you very long after this. So I'm just going to go ahead and let the rest of the video play out. I'm just going to let it play fast because there's really no sense in you watching me do the same thing I just did again. If you guys need to slow something down, there's always a slow down option on YouTube. So you guys can go ahead and click that button and slow the video down if you need to see something in slow motion or whatever. And if you guys have any questions, just ask me in the comment section and I'm more than willing to answer any questions you guys have. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you watching this full guide video and stopping by and all that good stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff too. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.